Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert divorce has
I
no
feel
final.
so close to you.
Yeah, me too.
Fuck all that. We streaming.
Did Iman Shumpert really try to make a move on Aaron Pierre over Teyana Taylor? Rumors are circulating that Iman lost his cool after seeing Teyana getting close with her new man. So much so that it's being said Aaron had to take legal action and file a restraining order. But is that the whole truth? Let's dive in and break it all down. When news broke that Teyana Taylor had officially moved on from Iman Shumpert, fans were taken by surprise. Not only did she seem to be glowing, but she was also publicly seen with none other than Aaron Pierre. This wasn't just a casual hangout. Teyana and Aaron were making their presence known at some of the most high-profile events in Hollywood. The chemistry between them was undeniable, and their confidence was on full display. They first caught everyone's attention at the 15% Pledge Gala, an event known for its prestige, where their closeness didn't go unnoticed. But it wasn't until they appeared together at the American Black Film Festival Gala that things really started to heat up. Let's just say they weren't trying to keep their connection under wraps. The way they interacted, the eye contact, the natural chemistry, it had people talking. Was this just a fling, or was this something real? As social media buzzed with excitement over their budding romance, Teyana and Aaron continued to be spotted together in public. But not everyone was on board with their new dynamic. Behind the scenes, Iman Shumpert was reportedly keeping a close eye on the situation, and according to sources, he wasn't handling it well at all. What began as a seemingly smooth transition into co-parenting quickly escalated into something much more intense. Things really started to unravel when Teyana and Aaron made a grand entrance together at the Oscars, and that's when it all spiraled out of control. For someone who had supposedly moved on, Iman wasn't exactly acting like it. Rumors started to swirl that Iman wasn't happy about Teyana being in the spotlight with her new man. According to some sources, he was venting to friends, expressing his frustration over the fact that Teyana was suddenly the one drawing all the attention, while he was pushed to the sidelines. Now, let's be clear. Iman is no stranger to the public eye. He's had his fair share of fame, but this situation was different. He wasn't the one making headlines anymore. It was Teyana and Aaron who were stealing the show. Sources close to the situation claim that Iman began making questionable remarks, suggesting that Aaron was just a temporary phase for Teyana. But the real question is, was Iman simply upset about the new relationship, or was there more to his reaction?
They have been spotted together several times recently.
Was Iman Shumpert's reaction to Teyana Taylor's new relationship really about his own struggle to move on? Or was there more to the story? Initially, it seemed like he was quietly dealing with his emotions, trying to move past the breakup. However, things soon took a dramatic turn, and it wasn't just about words anymore. Iman's actions began to speak louder than anything else. The turning point? The Oscars after party. The Oscars. Hollywood's most anticipated night of the year is filled with glittering celebrities, flashing cameras, and unforgettable moments. But this time, the main topic of conversation wasn't the award winners or the red carpet fashion. It was the ongoing drama between Iman Shumpert and Aaron Pierre. Teyana and Aaron had already stolen the spotlight with their undeniable chemistry and style, and they were confidently making public appearances together. But behind the scenes, tension was mounting. Iman, who was also at the event, seemed visibly upset. Initially, he appeared to be keeping his distance, but things escalated quickly as Teyana and Aaron continued to show affection toward each other in public. Eyewitnesses reported that as the couple displayed more and more PDA, whispers began circulating, suggesting that Iman had tried to confront Aaron. Some sources even claimed that Iman approached Aaron, frustration evident on his face, while others said that security had to intervene before the situation could escalate further. On Aaron's side, he reportedly remained calm and walked away without engaging with Iman. However, this was far from the end of the drama. The situation didn't just fade away. Instead, it escalated further. Aaron wasn't willing to just ignore what happened. He decided to take legal action, something that shocked many. Rumors of a confrontation started spreading like wildfire. Sources claimed that Iman had tried to provoke the situation further, but Aaron wisely refused to engage. Security stepped in, noticing the rising tension, and quickly de-escalated the situation before it became physical. But things didn't stop. there. Multiple reports surfaced that even before this public encounter, Iman had been trying to reach out to Teyana privately. He allegedly sent her messages expressing his frustration about how their personal lives were playing out in the public eye. But when the situation at the Oscars took such a dramatic turn, Aaron wasn't going to take any chances. In an unexpected move, Aaron filed a restraining order against Iman. This wasn't just a moment of heated emotions anymore. It had escalated into a legal matter. At this point, it was clear. Iman's frustration had turned into a full-blown public feud. As the restraining order news hit the internet, Iman faced a choice. He could either stay silent and let the headlines die down, or he could fight back. As it turns out, he chose the latter. Instead of directly addressing the confrontation at the Oscars, Iman shifted the focus entirely. Rather than clarify his own actions, he decided to turn the conversation toward Teyana's behavior. Reports soon surfaced that Iman was telling people behind closed doors that Teyana was too focused on her new relationship and wasn't paying enough attention to their children. This was a pivotal moment. Iman's attempt to shift the narrative away from his own actions marked a new phase in the drama. Rather than accepting the fallout from his behavior, he seemed intent on undermining Teyana's image as a mother. This new accusation added more fuel to the fire. At first, some people took these claims with a grain of salt, questioning whether Iman's frustration was genuine or whether it was just another way for him to control the narrative in his favor. But the longer the situation played out, the more it became clear that Iman was fighting not just to get attention, but to change how people viewed Teyana's priorities. Iman wasn't just upset about losing Teyana. He seemed to be trying to paint her in a negative light to justify his actions. By implying that she wasn't properly caring for their kids, he was making an attempt to win back public sympathy, suggesting that she was neglecting her family for the sake of a new relationship. This kind of drama wasn't new for Iman, but the way he was handling it this time was different. It wasn't just about him trying to win in the court of public opinion anymore. He was actively trying to shift the narrative to fit his own agenda. As things continued to unfold, it became clear that Iman's bitterness was getting the best of him. The restraining order filed by Aaron marked a significant turning point in this public feud. It wasn't just about Iman being upset over his ex moving on anymore. He had allowed his frustrations to get the better of him, and now he was facing legal consequences for it. The situation was messy, and the public was watching every move. Now, with all the attention focused on him and his actions, Iman had to decide how to handle the aftermath. Could he move on from this drama, or would he continue to stir the pot? His decision to shift the focus to Teyana's role as a mother suggested that he wasn't ready to let things go. Instead, he seemed determined to keep the public focused on their relationship and their family dynamic, using their children as a way to sway public opinion in his favor. So, the drama between Iman, Teyana, and Aaron continued to play out in front of the public eye. As rumors swirled, legal actions were taken, and accusations were made. It became increasingly clear that this wasn't just a simple breakup anymore. It was a battle for control over the narrative, with each person trying to shape how they were perceived. The question now is, how long will this public feud last? Will Iman finally let go, or will he continue to escalate the situation? Only time will tell, but for now, the drama is far from over. At first, some people actually believed Iman's accusations, questioning whether Teyana had become too caught up in her newfound happiness. However, it didn't take long for fans to start seeing through his claims. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. Wasn't this the same Iman who had been criticized for his lack of involvement as a father? Wasn't he the one who had allegedly placed his children in uncomfortable situations? Now he was trying to question Teyana's parenting. The internet wasn't buying it. Many pointed out that if Iman truly cared about their children, he wouldn't be making a public spectacle out of their situation. Instead, he would be working privately with Teyana to ensure their family's stability, but instead he chose to drag her name through the mud. That's when Teyana decided she had had enough. She had been silent for a while, allowing the drama to unfold. But once Iman began spreading these claims, she knew it was time to set the record straight, and she did so in a way that left no room for doubt. Teyana didn't just clap back with words, she came prepared with receipts. She made it clear that no matter what was going on in her personal life, her children always came first. Unlike Iman, she wasn't going to twist the narrative to suit his agenda. Teyana reminded everyone that she had always defended him publicly, even when he didn't deserve it. This is when fans truly began to connect the dots. People started recalling the times when Teyana had stood by Iman, even when rumors about his actions were making headlines. Remember when she defended him against cheating allegations? Or when she worked tirelessly to protect their public image, despite knowing that their relationship wasn't as perfect as it seemed? Teyana had always had his back, but it was clear now that Iman wasn't extending that same grace to her, and fans noticed. Instead of seeing Iman as someone who was heartbroken, the public began calling him bitter. Some even accused him of trying to ruin Teyana's reputation simply because she had found happiness without him. Then, the biggest revelation came. Iman wasn't just upset about Teyana moving on. He was furious about who she had moved on with. Aaron Pierre wasn't just some random guy. He was a successful, respected figure in Hollywood, making major moves in the industry. And that clearly didn't sit well with Iman. Sources close to the situation claimed that Iman wasn't just struggling with the idea of Teyana being happy. He was also feeling overshadowed by Aaron's rising career. After all, while Aaron was in the spotlight, Iman was fading from public view, and that seemed to be what stung the most. At this point, fans weren't just rallying behind Teyana, they were turning against Iman. His attempt to control the narrative had completely backfired. Instead of making Teyana look bad, he was only tarnishing his own image. People started accusing him of being obsessed with tearing her down, rather than simply moving on with his life. Some even compared him to other celebrities who struggled, when their exes moved on, labeling his behavior as a classic case of jealousy. But it didn't stop there. Fans began digging deeper into Iman's past actions. Old interviews, tweets, and rumors resurfaced, and the more they found, the clearer it became that Teyana had been protecting him for years. And now, for the first time, when she chose to put herself first, Iman was trying to make her out to be the villain. By this point, it was too late for Iman to change the narrative. The damage had already been done. Teyana had been silent long enough. She finalized her split from Iman on her own terms, and let's just say she walked away on top. According to reports, she secured multiple properties, expensive cars, and financial support for their children. Her message was loud and clear. She wasn't going to let anyone rewrite her story. With Aaron Pierre by her side, Teyana seemed to be moving forward with more strength and confidence than ever before. As for Iman, things hadn't exactly been going in his favor. Between the restraining order, the legal setbacks, and the public scrutiny, it was clear that he was facing a lot. But the question remains, will he finally back down, or is more drama on the horizon? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation going. And don't forget to check out our next video. Trust us, this drama is far from over.